Right, last week we have discussed about programming, and in program that is one of the major lessons in your syllabus. We are focused on writing an algorithm to solve a problem. And we discussed that in a program, there are three control structures to control the program logic. So there are three control structures. Can anyone remember what are those three control structures? Can anyone tell me the answer? So what are the three control structures in programming? Yes, I gave you examples saying that, so from grade 1 to grade 11, you came one after the another. And in grade 12, actually, you have to select a subject, whether to do maths or engineering, or whether to do science, technology, arts. Likewise, you do a selecting, you have to select the subject. And third one, so basically in Sri Lanka, most of the students, they are doing their first time, second time, and third time, and trying to enter to the university. So by giving that, I gave you three examples or three control structures for programming. Can you name them?
Sequence,
Yeah.
selection,
Selection,
repetition.
repetition. Yes. The three control structures we can see in the program, we call them, okay, the first one is called sequence. Okay, let's zoom down. Okay, there are three basic. So if you don't know, please write down. There are three basic control structures in programming. The first one is sequence. In sequence, basically instructions are executed one after another. So we call sequence. We have given you examples. For an example, you can say, let's say, input three numbers and find the total and average. So that was the example we have discussed last day about this example. That is sequence. The second one is the one that after your O levels, you are selecting your A level subject. So maybe you want to do mathematics or biology, technology. Maybe you want to do arts or commerce, languages. Likewise, you have to select the subject. Similar to that, in programming also, you have to, some occasions are there, we have to select one path. So I gave example last day. So if you select this sequence, you can make this font color either green or blue or red. Likewise, I can change the color, but I can give only one color in one time. That is called selection. That is called selection. The second one, selection. Meaning of selection is flow of data is based on a condition. Based on condition, you have to select the flow of data. That is number 2. And the third one, what is third one? As you said, the third one is repetition. Repetition means, what do you have to do in repetition basically? So yes, instruction flow is repeated based on a condition. Instruction flow is repeated or repeatedly you apply the same instructions again and again, same instruction. Ekam instruction එක ආපහු for an example මම දැන් මේ list එක ලිව්වා. Sequence කියලා ලිව්වා. Enter කරා. Number 2 selection කියලා ලිව්වා. Enter කරා. Number 3 repetition. මට තව තිබ්බනම් මොකද කරන්න මම? ඒවා ඔක්කොම ලියන්න ඕන. Repetition, තව එකක්, one, next one, Okay, something next one, something next one, something next one. I have to repeat the same steps. Ekama step, ekama de, I kara kara yanna. That is called repetition. Okay, today we are going to discuss the second one, which is selection, and we are going to discuss an example. So we learning by example is one of the best methods to learn programming. So learn by example. So my example, okay. So as a question, please write down, or as an example, you can write down, input 3 numbers or input 2 numbers and display the maximum and minimum. Input 3 numbers and display the maximum and minimum. Draw a flow chart. Write pseudocodes. And program code to do that, to do the above. Okay, I'll give you right now. Okay, I'll give you 3 minutes. So what you have to do, input 2 numbers and display maximum and minimum. Then draw a flow chart and write pseudocode and program code to do the above. So if there are new students, let me show you the steps of doing this. Let me show you how we have done this if there are any new students. So this is your book. You can download this using our Edmodo. අපේ Edmodo එකෙන් ඔයාලට පොත download කරගන්න පුළුවන්. Let's go to book. And in book grade 11, this is English medium one. Okay, this is Sinhala medium one. This is also the same content. Let me go to English medium one, and we discussed how to solve a problem. How to solve a problem. So here, these are the symbols of flowcharts. If there are new students, please refer to this. These are the symbols. Start and end, it is rounded rectangle or ellipse. Rounded rectangle එකක් නැත්නම් ellipse එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් to show the start and end. Input and output, it is parallelogram. Input and output, it is parallelogram. Process, it is square. So rectangle, sorry. Process, it is rectangle. And decision, it's a diamond. Decision is diamond. Data flow is using arrows and connector using circle. So these are the symbols. The main symbols පාවිච්චි කරලා තමයි ඔක කරන්න ඕනේ. And here see one example. My example එකක් විස්තර කරන්නම් පොතේ තියෙන. So finding the area of a circle. Circle එකේ area එක හොයන්න තියෙන්නේ. The first start. ඕනම එකක මුලින්ම තියෙන start. එතකොට මේ මම දුන්න question එකේ first one is start. Start තමයි මුලින්ම දෙන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ input the radius of the circle. මම මේ දුන්න example එකේ මොනවාද inputs? Input 2 numbers and display the maximum and minimum. එතකොට මොනවාද inputs? 2 numbers. Input number 1, number 2. Those are the inputs. හරි ඊළඟට calculate the area of the circle. දැන් මේ input කරලා ඉවරලා circle එකේ area එක calculate කරනවා. නැත්නම් ඔයාලට මෙතන සමීකරණය ලියන්නත් පුළුවන්. Area is equal to, what is the value? If radius is r, what is the area? If radius is r, what is the area? Randil? If radius is r, what is the area of circle? It is 2 into 2 pi r or 5r squared?
5r.
5r squared. So area is a equal 5r squared. You can give the equation. That is also okay. 5r squared. Then output the area and end. So this is sequence. Instructions are executed one after the another. So here you have selection. Selection, what you have to do. So here this is find number is odd or even. So first you input the number and then divide by 2 and find the remainder. If remainder is 0, දෙකෙන් බෙදලා ඉතිරිය බිඳුව නම්, if remainder is 0, that is even number. If remainder is 0, yes, that is even. If remainder is odd 1, remainder එක නම්, ඒ කියන්නේ 0 නොවේයි නම්, that is odd number. So this is called selection. So you have to select the path either odd. You can't print a number odd and even both. There are no numbers, you can say This is odd and this is even, both. කියන්න බෑනේ. odd වෙනවා even උත් වෙනවා. ඔත්තේත් වෙනවා ඉරට්ටෙත් වෙනවා කියන්න බෑනේ number. So either you have to tell odd number or you have to tell even number. If remainder is 0, දෙකෙන් බෙදලා ඉතිරිය බිඳුව නම් it's even. ඉතිරිය එකයි නම් it's odd. So only one part. This is called selection. So what you have to do, you have to apply the same technique, and I'll give you 3 minutes to do this exercise. Input 2 numbers and display the maximum and minimum. Draw a flow chart and write pseudocode and program code to, maybe program code means Pascal code, to do the above. දැන් මේකේ තේරුම බය වෙන්න එපා. මම Pascal උගන්වලා නැහැ. Don't worry, I have not teach Pascal. Pascal වෙනම උගන්වනවා. මම මෙතනදී අර එකම දේ තමයි Pascal කියලා ඔප්පු කරන්න විතරයි. For that only I'm using Pascal. So if you can write flowchart and pseudocode, Pascal code is nothing. To show that only I'm using Pascal code, okay? Don't worry, I have not taught Pascal in the class. බය වෙන්න එපා. Pascal එහෙම උගන්වලා නැහැ. පටන් එනවත් නැහැ Pascal. පටන් ගන්න හිතලත් නැහැ. Only thing is, I just want to show that it is easy. That's why I'm giving Pascal example. Okay, please try. I'll give you 3 minutes. Please try. Taniyan try karan. Second question again. The first question අපි ගිය සතියේ කරා. Okay, you can see this. See the one. Find the remainder when the number is divided by 2. Each remainder is 0. Likewise, these are like paragraphs. So it has many text. But it's always neat when you have less text with more meaning. Less text with more meaning means something like this. So you can use logical operators and mathematical operators and show this. For an example, the same thing that you wrote, I can show like this. Start. Then I'm asking, okay, start. After that, I'm telling, okay, enter number 1 and 2. These are the two numbers. Start after enter number 1 and 2. These are the two numbers. Then I'm comparing. If number 1 greater than number 2. If it is yes, so I have to plan. What I have to do is display number 1. Let me make it short. If it is yes, display number 1. Simple. Simple, understandable. No big paragraphs. You can see. Input number 1, number 2. If number 1 greater than number 2, yes. If display number 1, no big paragraphs. But I'm not telling that your one is wrong. That is correct. But I'm going to make this more readable and fast. Else, display number 2. And that is the maximum. But in my question, I have given you, so display maximum and minimum both. Display maximum and minimum both. Then what you can do is, here you can say display n1 is maximum. At the same time, you can say n2 is minimum. Display n1 is maximum and n2 is minimum. Okay, next. In the second case, if it is no, I can say display n2 is maximum and n1 is minimum. Okay, let me put two numbers and explain this. Man numbers දෙකක් දාලා මේක ඔයාලට explain කරන්න. Practically numbers දෙකක් පාවිච්චි කරලා මම ඔයාලට මේක explain කරන්න. Okay, number 1, number 2. Let's say number 1 is 10, number 2 is 20. 10, 20. 10 is greater than 20. Is it true? 10 greater than 20? No. Then it will come here. Then it will display 20 is maximum, 10 is minimum. Right? The other hand, let's say number 1 is 30, number 2 is 20. 30, 20. 30, 20. 30 is greater than 20. Yes, it will go here. Then it will display 30 is maximum, 20 is minimum. Understood? Understood or not?
Okay, sir.
Right? So then what you have to do is ultimately, finally, what you have to do is you have to stop. So this is what, initially it was there, not there in, yeah, Randil's answer. Oh, I cannot remember whose answer. I got this issue. This connecting part was not there. One of the answers, one of the given answers. Let me show this quickly. And these were the given answers. Yeah, this is actually Randil's answer. You can see. So this is, there are more text, but anyway, flow of logic is correct here. No side. So you could have connected this to this one here, here to here. It is required to have an arrow. The other things almost carry the same meaning. So no worries, right? So this is my answer. So you can write down this one in chat. Yeah. Any questions? No. So let's write down this one. So this is the answer for your question. Start, and you had N1, N2. This one and this arrow, this one. If it is yes, what to do, no, what to do, likewise. If there are anything, if you need anything to be clarified, please let me know, or any question you can ask from chat section. Connectors are not compulsory, Anuja, because in your book also connectors are not used. So this connector you can avoid. Connect එක අතහැරලා ලියන්න පුළුවන් එක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. මොකද ඕගොල්ලන්ගේ පොතේත් connect එක අතහැරලා ලියලා තියෙන්නේ. So it's not an issue. You can ignore that. Right, then the pseudocode. Okay, what is the pseudocode for this? Finish drawing this. මේක ඉවරද ඇඳලා මම pseudocode එකට යන්නද නැත්නම් තව තියනවද? Still drawing. Please answer. Then only I know that you are listening to me and you can hear me. Because sometimes there can be technical issues. So where my connection or your connection is slow, due to that you cannot hear me properly. මාව ඇහෙන්නේ නැති ප්‍රශ්න තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් ඒතකොට මම දන්නේ නැහැ ඔයගොල්ලෝ උත්තර දුන්නොත් විතරයි දන්නේ මාව ඇහෙනවා කියලා. Okay, if you finish writing, let's move to the next one. How to write pseudocode?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So let's move. Pseudocode for this. You have to again, let's start from the beginning. You have to begin. And after that you can say input N1, N2. If you can say N1 is greater than N2, then display N1 is the maximum and display N2 is the minimum. Else the other side means you have to tell N2 is the maximum and N1 is the minimum, and this is ending of if, and then end of the program. So this is the pseudocode. Pseudocode means simply writing the same thing you wrote in the flowchart. Flowchart එකේ ලියපු එකම structured English වලින් ලිව්වනම් හරි. Yes, you can use simple letters, no worries. N1, N2, Anuja is asking whether you can use simple letters. Yes, it's possible. Simple letters, you can use simple N1, simple N2. It doesn't matter, no issue. So Anuja, yes, your draft, your one, yes, according to your chart, pseudocode is correct. Yeah, but only thing is it has too many words. So then it's kind of ambiguous. When you have too many words, meaning might be ambiguous. But if you have very few words, you can easily convince the message. Okay, finished writing this. Shall we move to the practical implementation, which is more challenging? Because we have not discussed that. අපි මේක වෙනකොට කතා කරලා නැහැ. Pascal කතා කරලා නැහැ. හැබැයි කතා කරලා නැති Pascal වලිනුත් වැඩ ගන්න අපි දන්නවා. හේතුව සූඩෝ කෝඩ් එක දන්නවා නම් ඒකෙන්ම Pascal එක හදා ගන්න විදිහ මම කියලා දුන්නා. ඉතින් Pascal දැන් තාම අපි කතා කරලා නැහැ. Don't worry. අද ආපු කවුරු ඉන්නව නම් බය වෙන්න එපා. අම්මෝ පටන් ගත්ත ක්ලාස් එකේ දැන් Pascal උත් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. මට නම් එන්න බෑ කියලා. Don't worry. We will discuss Pascal. අපි Pascal කතා කරනවා ඉස්සරහට. We are discussing this. Why we are discussing Pascal? මොකද ඔයාලට දැන් මේ සූඩෝ කෝඩ් එක ඇඳට රන් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. සූඩෝ කෝඩ් එක ලිව්වට රන් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ෆ්ලෝ chart එක ලිව්වට ඒකත් රන් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඉතින් ඕක දිහා බලාගෙන හිටියම ඕගොල්ලන්ට නිකන් එන අවුල් මට නම් එන අවුල් කොහොමද? So I feel really upset because my pseudo code is also not running, my flow chart is also not running. How then එතකොට සර් එකක් කිව්වා මගේ එකත් හරි කිව්වා ඊට පස්සේ මගේ යාළුවගේ එකත් හරි කිව්වා දැන් මගේ අපි දෙකක් තියෙන්නේ පොතේ තව එකක් තියෙන්නේ and when it comes to paper තව එකක් තියෙන්නේ paper එකේ answers දීලා තියෙන්නේ මේ තව එකක් පන්තියේ සර් දුන්නේ ඉස්කෝලේ තව එකක් සර් හරි මිස්සරේ දුන්නේ තව එකක් likewise confused නේ හැබැයි මේක implementation එකට එක එක්කෙනාට එක එක ඒවා දෙන්න බෑ the code should be up and running code එක run වෙන්න ඕන the running version එක හැමෝටම එකයි සමහරට logic එක වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන් අර negative අරගෙනද positive අරගෙනද ඒ වගේ කතන්දර වෙන්න පුළුවන් one said that n1 minus n2 එහෙම අරගෙන වෙන්න පුළුවන් if it is greater than so I'll write that one as well right I'll explain that one too okay let's move to the actual coding then hopefully you all finished let's move to the actual coding okay so this is the coding so my application is going to find the maximum and minimum find max and min find max and min so no spaces huh? you don't write spaces here find max and min this is wrong write as a single word find max and min then n1 is integer n2 is integer some if you want you can write as real integer කියන්නේ පූර්ණ සංඛ්‍යා real කියලා කිව්වොත් ඒකේ තේරුම මොකද්ද දශම සංඛ්‍යාවක් තියනවා කියන එක ඉතින් ඔයාලා real කියලා දැම්මත් කමන්නේ integer කියලා දැම්මත් කමන්නේ මම කියන්නේ n1 කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා that is integer n2 කියලා තව එකක් තියෙනවා ඒකත් integer ඊට පස්සේ මම user එකෙන් ගන්නවා enter n1 කියලා n1 ව ගන්නවා ඒක read කරනවා enter n2 කියලා n2 ව ගන්නවා ඒකත් read කරනවා දැන් මේවා අරකේ නැහැ නිකම්ම තියෙන input n1 input n2 හැබැයි Pascal වලට ගියාම එහෙම නෙවෙයි ගන්නෙ Pascal වලට ගියාම message එකක් දීලා දෙන උත්තරේ තමයි n1 වලට ගන්න අන්තිම Pascal වල තියෙනවා declaration කියලා එකක් it has something called declaration means first of all you have to tell that you are using n1 and n2 symbols and these symbols you can mention this in simple or capital that doesn't matter let's mention in simple n1 n2 in simple then you have to use simple n1 simple n2 and when comparison also simple n1 simple n2 and here when output in also simple n1 simple n2 that's the only difference if you are using simple everything should be simple okay I'm going to enter two numbers enter number 1 enter number 2 if n1 greater than n2 then write ln largest number is n1 and the same time you have to write the smallest number is n2 smallest number is n2 so else if not you have to say largest number is n1 and the same time you have to say smallest number is n2 that's all so let's run this okay I got one error 12.5 on this one again 12.5 let's make semicolon here Or let's try it in a single statement. That's easy. Let's make a single statement, then no errors. Try to learn the largest number is n1 and smallest is n2. At the same time here n1 and smallest is n1. So let's run this. Okay, now it's asking me the numbers. Enter number 1, 34, enter number 2, 56. Here it shows largest number is 56 and smallest is 34. Okay, largest is 56 and smallest is, so you should have some space in between this. I'm going to add space here. Okay, you can write down this program, or you can copy this, or you can take a screenshot of this. I'm going to take a screenshot and share it with you. So yes, you got a question, Right, okay, no questions. So please write down. This is how you're going to write the Pascal code. Then while use can on a mobile phone. So please rejoin to the same link. Api make then stop pay samara lot auto. Emunot mail link ekema join when please join the same using the same link. Use the same link to join the class. Hari. Pascal කොහොමද ගන්න compile එක mobile phone එකේ හරි ඔයාලට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් මගෙත් එක්කම කරන්නත් පුළුවන් online Pascal compiler කියලා search කරන්න here